from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. You talk about this Jets defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game, because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And some space here. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back to throw now on first down. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Yellow. 15.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Yellow.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. A handoff, Swift running to the left. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. They'll set up to throw. It puts it on the carpet. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
They'll run right here with Swift. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a give. Running left is Harris. Runs over, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Corners are known for their ability to cover, but those that'll stick their nose in against the running game, that's a bonus for any team. And what a nice play right there, tackling him for a loss.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Harris will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Cowboys 14, Jets nothing. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Jets at 3-6 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Yellow.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lloyd, and he'll get it down to the 47 here.
15.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Yellow. 57, 57 color, 57 color. Where's that?
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll find Bateman once more. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go. Go.
They'll look to throw again. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Jets will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Hey, 57,
They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yellow. Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Line, 15.
Mahomes going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Second and 10.
Yellow.
Mahomes to throw once more. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets.
Yo.
First and 10 right at the 20.
Hey, 57.
Moore, the man in motion.
Right.
And again, it's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Fight on these two. Where's that?
They'll keep it on the ground. Lloyd. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Hey, 57 color.
Now here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Lloyd. And he'll have a Jets first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Hey, Sunday.
And the Jets first down.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Down by Jaquan Brisker. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Cowboys' 43-yard line.
Easy. 43.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Right side, this is Morton. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
Cypress on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Attack!
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
15.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, he still makes the catch, even though it was tipped at the line. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Also 2 yards. It's 4th down.
15.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's a handoff to Swift. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Harris running straight ahead. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. The drive starts with a run by White. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, rip it.
36-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That pass complete to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back to throw now on first down. He'll fire deep, looking for more. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And a tackle there by Micah McFadden. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Right back to Swift again on second down. There he goes left side. Now he's loose at the 40. Now look out, DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Cowboys. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Cowboys are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll take it at the 42. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
2nd and 11. They'll try the right side with Harris. And they move this all the way down to the 9. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 91 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and it was their defense that led the way.
Hey, yo, fresh out the... Fresh out the beta game in my jeans, black.